just want to put a short video together here. It's just a talking informative video with regards to a persistent problem behavior that a lot of people face. And for some people, it's very, very problematic. And that's where you get dogs that are what you might call nuisance barkers, or dogs that will bark over enthusiastically. You know, they're very, very vocal, perhaps when strangers come to the home or the doorbell goes or somebody knocks on a window or something like that, and the dog throws themselves at the window, or the front door there, like that, and continually go quiet, quiet, trying to pull the dog back, but it just carries on doing it. Maybe your neighbours have complained or something like that, or maybe, you know, shift workers who this is a real problem because the dog is waking up everybody else in the house at intermittent times, and you know, and it's becoming really, really a big nuisance for you. And one thing that a lot of people will say is that the way to address problem barking is not to address barking directly, but is to control when the dog barks. And we can do that by bringing barking under what you call stimulus control. So essentially, we call on the dog to bark, and when the dog barks, we reward the dog. And then the moment the dog stops barking, we reward the dog. And then we eventually take the barking away and only reward times when the dog isn't barking, and we can give that a name, okay? So whether that's quiet or silence or thank you or whatever it is, and the dog thinks, oh, that means be quiet, and now I get the reward. And so this becomes this very strong behavior. Or we can teach the dog that 1 or 2 barks, then you go over to your bed and lay down, and I'll come over there and I'll give you a reward, or a reward can be remotely delivered. If you've got the kit to be able to remotely dispense rewards to the dog, or anything where I'm doing anything other than providing a negative consequence to the behavior of barking, okay? And I just want to talk about this because there is, without doubt, I will tell you that if you're there and the doorbell goes and you try and counter condition or desensitize or bring barking under stimulus control or teach an incompatible behavior, you know, other than barking, you know, it is completely doable. It is completely doable that you can say ding dong food, ding dong food, ding dong food, ding dong food, ding dong knock knock food. And that the dog thinks, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. But here's the thing, they're contextual learners. You're basically teaching a pattern of behavior. And the pattern of behavior is get someone to ring the doorbell, or perhaps I've got a remote doorbell here so I can control when it's going to make that sound. And I'm going to instantly reinforce not barking, you know, rapidly reinforce not barking or silence. And that gives me this great thing where I'm like, wow, you know, listen now, I can push the doorbell, no barking, there's some food. Absolutely brilliant. Until you're not there. Because you are teaching a pattern, you are teaching a context to the dog. You're basically putting together all these parts to form this jigsaw puzzle that you want them to learn. But when you're not there, that's what happens to your jigsaw. And what the dog does is revert back to, what did I previously do? What previously served me best in this situation? So in a context other than when you're there to be able to provide the alternative reward, the alternative reinforcer. What did I do? I barked. What will I do? I'll bark. What is the worst thing that you can do for a problematic behavior? Give it a random schedule of reinforcement. Allow it to sometimes happen. Allow the dog to sometimes experience how enjoyable that was, to really, really strengthen it. And that's the problem that you get with behaviors like this. So if you do get somebody who says to you, look, we can deal with your problematic behavior by teaching your dog to do something else instead when the stranger approaches the front of your house, or when the doorbell goes, or when someone knocks on the front door, we can get your dog to do something else, or we can bring your barking under stimulus control. So we can call upon it, speak, good, quiet, good, good. Do you know what I mean? Start building up this silence command, but you're not there. But you're not there, and your dog is, because you go to work, presumably, or you're taking the kids to school, or you need to pop out and get a pint of milk, and the dog's at home, and somebody comes and calls. Nobody's telling me to do anything else. There's no reinforcement coming. Oh, that's it. That's what I do. That's the enjoyable thing again. And that is why this goes on and on and on, and why when the trainer turns up and works with you, or when you go to classes, the dog's great there, but as soon as you go outside and get into the real world, it all starts to fall apart. Please allow yourself to understand that that is why.